Hey, what's going on guys? KayDeeVGC, welcome back to the channel. Today doing a little bit of a different thing. We're doing a nice tier list maker. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from VGC content, so we're just gonna do still a little VGC content, but I'm gonna be doing a tier list of all the Paradox Pokemon that are currently available. We don't know in the future, maybe they might add some new Paradox Pokemon. As of right now, this is all the Paradox Pokemon that we know and love. Without further ado, I'm just going to start with the Paradox Pokemon from the past form, which is going to be from Pokemon Scarlet. So we're going to start with Great Tusk. I mean, can I say anything else about Great Tusk? Great Tusk is so good. Like, these stats of Great Tusk are so insane. Like, most of these stats are really good of these Paradox Pokemon, but Great Tusk, my god. Of course, it lacks on the special side. Like, it's, like, very specially weak, but otherwise, honestly, I give it a solid A. Because it's, like, damage output's so good of Great Tusk, and you can just, like, EQ spam and Headlong Rush. It's great coverage. Fighting does a lot of damage to a lot of things, and then you have the Headlong Rush, which is like the new move in Generation 9, and it does so much damage with the especially if you Terra Ground, you'll do so much damage. But yeah, I'm gonna put Tusk in the A tier. For the next one is the Brute Bonnet, which is of course first Pokemon on the Amoonguss, which is very nice. Brute Bonnet I haven't really used at all, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't know where to put this. This is kind of, I'm thinking in B tier, because like it's all right. Like, you have redirection support, you still have the Spore, and you're a Dark type as well. But like being 4 times weak to Bug, I mean, Bug type Bug moves are not really that common. But then you're like, I guess a normal Moongus would just solo this, and unless you Terra, of course. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like Brute Bonnet too much. That's my own opinion. Incredibly valuable. Somewhat, I would say. It works on some teams. So I think Brute Bonnet, solid B tier for sure. Sandy Shocks, I don't know. Sandy Shocks is, I tried a little bit in the beginning of Series 2. I know it was like before that, but I was not really too impressed with Sandy Shocks, to be honest. It's really rarely seen. It's only like this one, it's like a gimmicky team with like Hypnosis and Gravity Strats. That's been going around with Espatra, but I don't really like it. It's very gimmicky. Stats, the special stacks are really good though. I do have to give that, but like, you know, it seems fairly weak overall, like, especially against like Tusk would just absolutely destroy this. Of course, you could Terra Grass, but then using your Terra on that, then Roaring Moon can just clean up very easily. So it struggles against like most of these. Most of the Pokemon, and then Bundle, of course, can just absolutely annihilate it. So I don't think Sandy Shocks is that good. I'm gonna put it in the C tier. I'm sorry, people that love Shocks. I just dislike it. It's not good. Unfortunately, Screamtail, on the other hand, Screamtail. Wow, what an interesting Pokemon that has recently come out and won, you know, one of the regionals, which was pretty cool, and surprising it's also next to the Flutter Mane, which we'll be going over after basically. But Screamtail, I think I'm just going to give it a solid A tier. I'm going to put it above the Tusk. I think Screamtail was it's really bulky. It's a very good Parasong user, but other than that, it doesn't really do much other than that. Of course, it gets like some okay moves. It is a Fairy type, so you're going to be less weak to, or you're going to be immune to Dragon, and then you'll be, unfortunately, weak to Goldingo. So that's like the only downside, I would say, that Screamtail has. The same with Great Tusk, which you're weak to special moves, but you are going to be faster than Goldingo for the most part, unless they're running Scarf for whatever reason. But you'll just absolutely destroy most Goldingos with the Tusk, especially if you have Tailwind. And most Goldingos are not really running max speed these days. They're usually running a little bit of bulk. But yeah, I'm going to put Screamtail in the A tier. I think it's really good. And yeah, I think now, Flutter Mane, let's add it to the S tier. Yeah, well, I don't know. This thing is just incredible. Ghost typing, really good. Immune to Fake Out, immune to Close Combat, all that stuff, fighting, and normal moves, absolutely insane. The damage output, crazy. Speed, crazy. Of course, the only thing that's lacking a bit, of course, on the defensive side, or the physical side, sorry. 55 defense, 55 HP, and 55 attack. So it's not really that great on the defensive side, or physically defensive side, basically. But other than that, it makes up for it when it has like 100 base, 135 special attack, which is absolutely crazy. If you add like a Specs on there, you add Torkoal on there to boost the Sun, to boost the photosynthesis, this thing is gonna run through a lot of teams. It's been in the meta game for quite a while. People are starting to run like different bulky sets with like a lot of defense, and then like Specs to like survive while it's things like that, like physical moves. But yeah, anyways, Fluttermane is our first combat in the S tier. Slitherwing, yeah, just an L. That one is just an L. No, it's just an L. It's just terrible. Not great. Very, very bad. That's probably the worst. I would say the worst Paradox Pokemon. I'm gonna put it in the D tier. If I had an F tier on this, I would put it in the F tier. But it's gonna go in the D tier. So unfortunately, Slitherwing, yeah, it's just terrible. If you want to use this thing, you're just putting yourself at a really big disadvantage. It's just the typing is abysmal. The movesets can be okay, but bug moves are not that great, usually. So, yeah, I mean, for being 4 times weak to flying, you know, and having not great stats, it's... yeah, no, don't use that thing, it's terrible. Unfortunately. Now, going into one of my favorite Pokemon of this generation for Paradox is Roaring Moon. Honestly, I might just put this thing in the S tier. Like, this thing is... Roaring Moon is so freaking good. Like, Fluttermane is definitely better than Roaring Moon because, of course, Fluttermane is 4 times... Roaring Moon is 4 times weak to fairy moves, but because of Terrestrialization, I believe that, you know, Acrobatics, Terraflying Acrobatics, absolutely massive damage. Like, this thing has such a high attack stat. Really especially bulky as well, honestly, for like for a dark dragon type. It's really, really bulky. And you can make it super bulky. You can live like a lot of stuff with this Roaring Moon. Especially if you transfer the flying, you can get rid of your fighting weakness, get rid of your fairy weakness, get rid of your ground immunity, etc., etc. You can live a lot of things. You can live like Wild Charge. You can live like if you have a Pokemon, you can live like Wild Charge from Iron Hands. You can live a Drain Punch from Iron Hands. If you're not Terrestrialized, it's crazy. If you have the right bulk, of course, and the right spreads. But moving on to the next one. Yeah, I don't know. Iron Threads is this is a Steel type, Steel Ground, which is okay. You know, you can deal with fairies quite well, but I don't know. It's not great. Iron Threads is unfortunately not that great. There's just a lot of better ground options like Great Tusk. Great Tusk is really good. Iron Threads, not so much, unfortunately. Okay, so now I think let's go to Iron Moth. I mean, Iron Moth, it's okay. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. I'm gonna put it above Rubonnet. I think Iron Moth deserves to be in the B tier. Like, it has good supporting moves with Acid Spray, and then you can combine it with Fluttermane, and you can do like basically a lot of things with that combination. And having booster energy for like a quick energy ball and like a bundle, let's say, it's really, really valuable. You can do like heat waves, you can do sludge waves, which I did in the beginning of Series 2. But Acid Spray plus Fluttermane support, it's amazing. But other than its really weak defenses, which is the same problem Fluttermane has, it's really, really fast, it has a really high special attack. And overall, just especially decently special bulky, but yeah, as I said earlier, physical bulk is quite abysmal. But moving on to one of my favorite Pokemon, Iron Hands. Iron Hands, I'm gonna say it's a high A tier. It's not that. It is very tanky for sure, but it doesn't have the same damage output as Fluttermane and Roaring Moon. Of course, yeah. Tusk, you have the damage output, so I would put it in S tier, but because of its special defense being that really abysmal, and not being like as fast as Fluttermane, I'm gonna put it actually above Screamtail, I think. So I'll put it there. So I'll put A tier. But yeah, Iron Hand's really good. Just incredibly bulky. You can play Sword Stance version, you can play Assault Vest version, you can play a bunch of different versions. You can play Focus Energy version even if you're crazy enough to do that. But yeah, Iron Hands is a great support Pokemon. Especially paired together with Roaring Moon, Fluttermane, even with the Great Tusk. It's a really good Pokemon. And yeah, without further ado, Iron Jeglis. I don't know. This thing is kind of bad. Just like a bunch of evals. It's just it's not really that great. I haven't played it, but I've seen it too. Not really do anything, unfortunately. Iron Thorns, yeah, just an L as well. Iron Thorns is just abysmal. I'll put it above Slitherwing though, but yeah, it's terrible. I wouldn't recommend playing Iron Thorns. I mean, having both of these have a lot of these have like 4 times weakness. Like we have 4 times weakness to ground, 4 times weakness to bug. I mean, this one's have 4 times weakness to fairy, 4 times weakness to ground, 4 times weakness to flying. But because of terrestrialization, you can bypass that. I mean, of course, you follow Roaring Moon, which the main terrestrialization for most teams is definitely Roaring Moon, or the Fluttermane. So that's why these two are up here. And of course, gotta put Bundle up here. I'm gonna put Bundle above Fluttermane, I would say. I mean, above Roaring Moon, because Bundle is crazy. Like its speed, its tier is like it's 136. It's 1 point faster than the Fluttermane, so you'll be always faster Fluttermanes if you don't have boost energy. You can run boost energy yourself. You can run Clover Cloak. You can run Focus Sash. You can run a bunch of vivid items. You can even run Assault Vest if you're that crazy with like Blizzard spam with like that stuff. Bundle is just such a good speed control mon, and if you hit the Hydro Pumps, that's another bonus on top of that. Special attack of like, if you have 2v2, Timid Nature, you have like 176 special attack, which is insanity. Crazy damage. Yeah, you do a lot. You can basically Iron Bundle can win against like everything. Maybe except like Iron Hands, like the biggest counter I think to Bundle, I would say, as well as maybe Screamtail. You can just play Rough It or Moonblast it, etc., etc. Do a bunch of damage. But Bundle definitely deserves to be in the S tier. And yeah, Balance, I guess I'll put it in the C. It's not great. It's alright. It's meh, I would say. It's very, very meh. As you may have noticed, a lot of these future Pokemon are kind of bad. The only really 2 good ones are Bundle and the rest are just kind of okay. Iron Thorns, yeah, nah, terrible. Not really good in my eyes. I don't know, you can have a different opinion, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be the Paradox tier list. If you guys want to make your own tier list, I'll put this in the description below for you guys. You can roast me if you want to. Everyone has their own opinion. I just have mine in terms of what I've used and what I've seen well in tournaments. So yeah, anyways, that's gonna be the video for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bochum Regionals is coming soon. It is next week, Saturday, so it's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna have a local this weekend on Saturday as well, which I might make a video on depending on how I do, if I did well or not, or I might just talk about the matchups. We'll see. Anyways, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, stay tuned for more VGC.